digging through trying to figure out how to connect my thing, the stream to my channel. Apparently, I've never done it before.
Yeah, you just have to join your join the thing to the thing. Put in your thing, and it'll do it. It'll do it all for you. Where is he gone? Where's
It's
Seth?
just sending me in a loop, dude. That's retarded. That
Oh,
is ridiculous. Let's
maybe
try that.
they don't know what to do, so they make it
And
difficult.
I'm back to the same window. Allow.
Oh, mate, if it's gonna be like that, then fuck it.
Hold on. It's just
Fuck
only
'em.
the fourth time I've been through it. Let's see. Okay, apparently it's already happened, and that's why. Apparently, maybe I am streaming already. Let me check. We will see. I've never done this before, so bear with me. Oh yeah, yeah, it totally did a thing. It just didn't let me pick things. Okay, all right, cool. Hello everybody. How you doing today?
How's it going? So on the Sasquatch channel, Caucasian Sasquatch, meet Sassy the Sasquatch.
I've seen a few of these.
You have seen a few, man. It's just, I just love it. I love it, man. The sound quality is going to be really bad because it is, isn't it? On when I share it, and I'm not looping it, so we'll mute the sound there. We'll just press play, and I'll put a link to this video in the.
Yeah, he trips me out, man.
Who does, Sasquatch or Big Les?
This whole thing, like I just sit in the episode I saw a different one, but the whole concept there just tickles my pickle.
Mate, it is absolutely hilarious. Like, if you want to just pop yourself on mute for a second, right? And I'll put the loop on so that people can hear it. You just want to hear, if you haven't seen this one.
Reply to a few messages, fucking got heaps of time, mate. Yeah. So as I'm getting ready to fucking whack the shit out of this ball and fucking win the whole game, fucking bang, golf ball out of fucking nowhere.
Oh shit.
Fucking knocked me out. Dropped on the grass like a fucking sack of potatoes. You know, I was unconscious, but apparently the crowd around me was fucking screaming and
Yeah.
freaking out, thought I died.
Fuck, that's full on.
Pandemonium. But here's the thing. When I was out cold, I was living a whole other life.
We lost the sound. We lost your sound too. Welcome to Sasquatch Shills, where the technical issues are part of the show. Yeah, I got nothing from you or the video. So I think your loop died. And I'm starting to think that maybe I should go live at noon more often because there's people here. Where were y'all last night? How y'all doing, folks? We say hey to everybody in both the chats. Let's do this while he works it out. Let's see. I'm going to give Strictly Strange the gold. Izzy Pops gets the silver, and Fab Daddy 44 gets the bronze. Grim Reaper Radio Network has showed up. No, Grim Reaper Network. My bad. Mr. Self-Destruction is in the house. Good to see you, bud. Haven't seen you in a minute. I hadn't been going over to Cog's channel either. Congratulations. It's now the Sasquatch show. Y'all moved up in the world. We have a much better entertainer on deck. He'll be back in a mere moments. Somebody should have probably told me I was out of uniform. I'm over here wearing white instead of black, and that seems inappropriate and wrong. I'll even give y'all some additional light to play with. Let's see. We got Wandering Hippies in the chat. Good to see you, bud. You gonna put in some work today? You gonna do some little bit of that, maybe a little bit of that modding, little modding. Share a link, maybe put it together.
Here we go.
Back. There you go.
Here we go.
Absolutely a professional.
Freaking
Unindoctrinated.
man.
Good to see you, bud. Now let's go to your side of it. How many folks you got over here?
I got
7.
I got 20 people.
Oh yeah.
I got 20 people in my chat.
We have Verily Vera Lee.
Verily Vera, dude. Verily Vera is awesome. I'd love her to join us, but she's got to go and she's get some fresh air before her slave job. She says, but Verily, if I was playing a video actually.
Well, that's the sound of the men working on the chain gang.
So,
slave job.
Here's this is. Hang on. There we go. There's Verily Vera. I was on the street today. I won't play the sound. So, but yeah, she's awesome, man.
That's cool. I love awesome creators, man. I really. Hey, Scully, welcome to the show, bud. I'm gonna go do Shawshank Redemption with him and his whole crew over there. They're doing voice work. I've been itching to try to get you over there because you have voices. Me, you, Scully, Izzy, and Burnt Flowers would make a magnificent show. We could do probably 20 characters with just the 5 of us. Because Burnt Flowers has, that's not the right, Steve-O. Steve-O has like 60 voices. Oh, hey. How you doing?
Hey.
Are you sure you're on the right platform?
This is Verily Vera.
So we're on OnlyFans now?
We can't hear you. We can't hear nothing.
It vaguely reminds me of one of those old claymation shows. Like stop motion.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if you can hear us, V, but it's not a great connection. I can't hear you. But Scully, is Scully there on your Scully's house?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd love that, man.
Hey, do 3 voices. You pick them. Do that weird Irish dude, the boxer dude, UFC guy you do sometimes. Do him.
Oh no, you're thinking of Colin McGregor, that guy. No, it's not. I'm not trying to do Colin McGregor. It's just one of the voices, you know. So there's the guy from Dublin. I don't know what his name is though, but it's probably the one that I'd be able to keep hold of the longest, you know. Maybe I could keep going for a whole day. I don't know. Maybe if I went for a whole day.
Alex Jones. All I have to really do is reach back and pull him out of my pocket. He's right over there, turning all the frogs gay.
But you have to put him back in, though. That's the thing.
Right.
You have to put him up. You can't keep him out. So there's Scotland.
I love that shit.
And then obviously there's similar sort of voice, but it comes from London. You know, it's more of a like London gangster type, you know. Fucking yeah, fuck it.
I can't think of anything to say.
Yeah, no, you got to have interaction for that to work.
I can't think of nothing. So yeah, exactly. You got to have some sort of proper like interaction, like some opportunity to come in with different voice.
Yeah, no, dude can do like 8 or 10 of the Snatch characters, no doubt. I mean, he's already got the accent. He just does it.
Who's the Snatch character? What's the Snatch character? Who are you talking about there?
Like Bricktop. No thanks, Turkish. I'm sweet enough. That guy.
There's also a perfect opportunity for different, so long as the language that's spoken is actually mainly from English dictionary, and then there are so many different ways we can talk and communicate with
In
each other.
Soviet Russia, vodka drinks
Soviet
you.
Russia. It would be very special to do a different voice for you. I would be delighted to
Get
do
the
voice
fucking
for
dog,
you.
Tommy. Tommy the gun. I love that series. That whole series. Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, Train Spotting, and Snatch are some of the greatest.
You like dogs?
You like Dags? Dags?
Dags.
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 Oh, dogs. Dogs.
You know, it's fucking. It wasn't that great though. It was okay, but it wasn't that fucking great.
Yeah, no, between me, him, Burnt Flower, or Steve-O, and Scully, I bet you we could pull down a 20-man show. Between 4 of us, 5 of us. Of course, Izzy has to run all the freaking electronics. I'm not having no part of that. Every time I touch something, it slowly degrades into a paperweight.
That's
oh
quite
boy.
a paperweight.
You're right. At least that's useful. It'll hold down some paper. Doctor Who.
Mate.
Which one?
Ah. You got loads of people chatting, dude.
Yeah. Well, I have a few chats. I have a few people in chat, but they're very vociferous.
Vociferous.
You like that? Might have read a
I'm
book.
not even sure what vociferous means.
They talk a lot. Vocal.
Oh, right. Vociferous. I thought I meant something else.
Yeah, no, Scully doesn't touch buttons. Are they popping up on your end over here yet? Where do I find chat? Where's it at? Hey, there's chat.
So, DJ Emo thinks that I would have a voice that's that similar to Mr. Michael Caine, but all I could do is this really shit. You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. You know, no, I can't really do the Michael Caine. It's just somewhat sort of emulate it. My name is Michael Caine. Not a lot of people know that. No, it's not. Yeah, it's not my strong point. That's for sure.
Hey, who was it that was on that day you asked me to come up as Alex Jones? Who's that chick? That was hilarious, man.
That was.
I was
maybe
crying.
Mama Bear.
I was
Mama
over
Bear.
here crying my eyes out trying to keep straight. I managed it for what, like 10 minutes before I finally broke down, just started giggling maniacally. It was good. Because she was, for a while there, she was like, no. And the longer it went, the more convinced she became that you were talking to Alex Jones.
Well, because you sounded like Alex Jones, man, but she's like, yeah, but it's Rich. Like, come on.
But it's Richie. How the hell did he get Alex Jones in on a phone call?
Yeah, 007 speaking to Alex Jones. Actually, what she was thinking was, Rich would never speak to Alex Jones, man. There's no way he'd speak to Alex Jones.
Hey, Queenberg,
not
welcome
because
to
he
the show.
can't. Because he'd be like, Alex, mate, you know, I love your work and everything, but no.
But calm
No, I'm
down.
sorry.
Well, first you got to get my muscle supplements. You got to get that muscle milk and a couple of those power bars. Get you a cup of coffee and maybe a couple of those Slurpees.
Hippie Shake. Is Hippie around? I just saw Hippie's name.
It's a Wandering Hippie. That's a different hippie.
Ah,
Hippie
it's a
Shakes is your
different
hippie.
hippie.
Wandering Hippie is my
Right,
hippie.
right.
He's also singing hippie, and I think he's got a couple of other channels that I haven't found yet. He's got some, and he's actually, thank you, hippie. He's over there actually putting in work, which is something I never expected him to do.
Is he like, you know, like a proper, you know, like proper hippie, like Neil from the Young Ones, man, you know.
All right,
Nickel,
so
you know, proper.
if you
Nickel.
put 20 hippies in a lineup and you were told to pick out the hippie, you would probably pick Wandering Hippie out of that lineup. Be like, which one's a hippie? You'd be like, that guy. I mean, he's spot on. He's very well named.
Do you know? I've always said that actually I am a hippie at heart, because I am, like, I realised over the last couple of years, I realised that I actually am, I'm more liberal than, you know, than like Republican or conservative. I'm very sort of rural libertarian populist, you know, like just fucking you be you, right, and I'll be me, and just everyone be cool. You know, no and no war. Like we don't need to be warring with each other. I'm like Jimmy Dore. I like Jimmy Dore. I agree with a lot of Jimmy Dore's politics, you know.
That's okay, bud. I can't control what you do when I'm not around.
But the thing is, there doesn't seem to be any, you know, that side has disappeared now. It's become conservative. It's merged into right-wing Republican.
But it's weird. Yeah, no, I was fixing to say, back in the day, back 60s, 70s, 80s, if you said somebody was a hippie, you could bet they were a blue dog liberal, right? They voted Democrat on every ticket. And in the past 20, 30 years, something has happened. The hippies have become conservative as hell. They're not hanging out in downtown Seattle. They don't go to Portland.
Yeah,
they're not in California.
Right. So, I mean, that's where I am. It's like being the views haven't really changed much. Our views haven't really changed much. It's been the left, it's been the Democrats that have swung so far over. It's like the whole thing has shifted.
Right.
It's all shifted
the
over
Overton
slightly.
window. The words you're looking for is the Overton window.
The Overton window, yeah, has shifted, and so now people who were previously thought of as liberal are now considered conservative, because really, you know, we are.
I've been playing with backgrounds.
Yeah, I noticed. It's just the war thing. I did a little bit of playing with my backgrounds, uploading.
Well, I got so much, so many
video.
Yeah. I'm actually using OBS on this, so I could do a 3-hour one if I want, but I have the loop feature, so I just make like a minute and a half and loop it.
I can put us in the cafe with a pool table.
Awesome. ATL come in. Hey ATL, what's up, bud? What's happening, Jer? This is the guy who wrote my intro song, which I can't remember the name of.
Cool.
I guess you'll have to name it or something, because I never did.
Oh, conspiracy deniers are denying the truth.
Conspiracy deniers denied the truth. It should be just denying the truth.
Yeah, just denying the truth. Yeah.
I'll simply have it listed as intro.
Denying the truth. That's what it's called. I can't see the chat now.
I appreciate everybody coming in and listening to this madness. We have no idea what the hell we're doing. We're just going to sit around and masturbate with ourselves online with the equipment, not with each other, not personally. We're not in a bus station bathroom. Calm down.
Wind that one back.
Reel that in.
Just reel that back in there, son. Your chat room's going more than mine is, man. My chat room's gone quiet, and yours is.
It's not as many people, but like I said, they talk a lot.
No, but it's good though. It's good.
It is.
But would you say where would you say your viewers, subscribers, regular viewers, and chat room participants, where would they be on the scale of awake and?
Boy, you'd have to pick one. See, that's the thing, is I don't have a particular topic for my channel. My topic is YouTube, you know, so I've got bits and pieces of communities from all over YouTube that have conglomerated on my channel to see something new. And like Scully, he has his eyes more open than most, but at the same time, he doesn't want to rock the boat, and so he won't actually vocalize some of the things that I see going through his mind. You know what I'm saying? Well, you can see it on his face that he's working it out, and he makes the conclusion, and then he doesn't say anything about it.
Yeah.
I think it's great. He's funny. I like him. If I get a chance, when I go to see, I've got 5 creators in Louisiana that I want to go meet, that have all agreed to meet me. I don't know if Scully's up for it, but he said he'd do my hair. So I'm trying to wait patiently until I can go over there and get my hair did by Scully. That would be awesome. I'll throw him some money. It'll be fine. Whatever he's worth. I think that'd be cool.
Man. Right, my chat overlay is working, so we'll just
Cool.
stay there. It's massive. I don't know. It's like half the time it's telling me that it's not showing me any comments going up there, but when I look at the replay, it is there, and you can like the viewers can see it. But it keeps telling me error. Yo, Mystical Rockhound, how you
plan
doing?
to live.
And not really.
I plan to
here
be
as
alive.
well.
Fab Daddy offered him double if he messes up my hair.
So I got Nia. Nia was just trying to call me. Our friend Israel.
Cool.
I think he's got an update on the Israel situation.
Hey Tiff, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Mystical
Mystical Rockhound
really
Apostles.
I really like and appreciate that I've got a friend who is basically boots on the ground in Israel.
I don't got one.
I wish I had a friend who was boots on the ground in you. And when it was boots on
I'm
the
really
ground,
glad I don't.
I want boots on the ground everywhere, man. In every country, I want a friend in every country.
That would be nice. That would be lovely. Tiff, tiff, ska. He does an ASMR channel, Scully. I don't know if you'd call it an ASMR channel. He writes books. He reads books. He does fairly in-depth productions of like classic movies and stuff.
Yes. Fuck off!
I think you got it wrong.
So I feel with some
ASMR.
ASMR. I remember I was listening to it a sexy girl and it's ASMR. Huh? What's that? And I put it on and very quickly I was like, yeah, you've really got to be in the fucking mood for that because that just pisses me off. Like, just fucking talk properly, speak louder. Someone's bringing to the microphone.
Well, the way this goes is you reach up here and you jack this all the way up, and then you sit and you have a nice little conversation.
So that you can hear all of the sound, boys, in your mouth.
What gets me is those little pops and clicks.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is, though, isn't it? It's the clicks in your mouth, the wetness.
Moist. Moist.
Yeah.
New word for you, gazebo. That's where you eat lunch, bud.
What's happening here? TL Transparent News. What's happening here?
Yeah,
Actually,
ATL's
what's
a good
happening-
guy, man.
Joe. Oh no, here we go.
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell! Sorry, I've got Nia sat in the background here. He's just come in, and I recognise. I saw him come in, and then I totally sidetracked. My attention completely sidetracked by ASMR, and I forgot to bring him in. Dude,
Hello, Nick.
shalom, Shabbat shalom, my
What's going
friend.
on?
Shabbat shalom. It's Shabbat shalom because it's gone 6 o'clock. Just for those of you that don't know, located in this, I went to Hebrew school for 15 weeks.
Sure, you're.
And we learned that Shabbat Shalom from 6 o'clock on.
Yeah, like now it's like summertime, so it's kind of like enters a little bit later. So it's about like 7:30 or something like that when Shabbat
Is it
enters.
the angle of the sun?
You never told
Like,
us
what
that
are we
bit.
talking about here?
You never told us that, but anyway, Shabbat because it's Saturday, and Shalom because it's a greeting. Isn't it?
Like in the Jewish calendar, we kind of like count the days from the evening times. Okay, from like the evening, this is where the day starts. This is why we always have like the eves of like holidays and things like that. We have like the eves, which is the day before, and the actual holiday. Okay, which is like the day after. So what's going on? My
Chill out,
stripes
bro. You're
looks
not cheating
funny
on
in this broadcast. I don't know, looks hypnotic in some way, right? Trippy.
So yeah, actually,
I'm
Caucasian
trying
Sasquatch he is a hypnotist.
yeah, I'm
he's
trying
just
to compete with
programming
with this
everybody.
guy background.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Say that
No,
again.
that's
Say that
good.
again.
I'm trying
What did you say?
to compete with this guy's background. Okay, with my shirt,
Neither of us can ever compete with Sasquatch's backgrounds, right?
Oh yeah.
It's either the abyss, black hole, or I mean, to be fair, we could never compete with his backgrounds because sound is so spectacular.
Look,
as well,
it's magic. My grape is turning like
what grape?
transparent.
You don't.
I'm
don't
holding a
have
grape right
You're
now.
not holding a grape. I can't see
it's
a grape.
green.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, holding a
no
grape.
grape
Look,
It's like a transparent because
I'm holding a grape. I'm holding
Me
a grape
too.
I'm holding a grape.
We all have grapes.
I'm
This is-
holding a grape.
I,
Swear
I'm
to you
hold-
in my life, Richie.
I wish if I put my green screen on, I know that the lagging is so bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look,
Also here
with
when I'm
StreamYard,
hosting over here,
used
it's
to work.
kind of like lags me in all sorts of ways. But anyway, what's up? What's going on, Rich? What's going on? Sorry,
what's
Sasquatch,
going on?
right?
What's going on with you, mate?
Yes, sir.
What's going on in Israel?
Oh, I don't have like I can't bother, talking to you about this crisis that I used to report to you in my last visits. Kind of like boring, and there was this day that I came on and told you that democracy is dead and everything, and since then we're pretty much dead, and it's not influencing my life whatsoever in any way. The
Doesn't seem to be
democracy is
any
dead over here.
real apparent change. Democracy is
No,
dead and
no,
life
no.
goes on.
No, like the left wing is keeps like being the whiny ass that it is, like oh, we're not gonna go to the army right now. We're not gonna be doctors anymore. We're not gonna be I don't know. And then they coming with those responses from United States. Oh, the United States is really pissed off. We're really pissed off about Israel that it doesn't have a courthouse anymore, and blah 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 blah. And yeah, so it's I don't feel like fun talking about it. It's it's so like chewed up and spit it out, and is all the
May I ask
media
you
has.
a question?
Sure.
If you don't want to talk about it, why are we talking about it?
Oh yeah, right.
Just curious. I'm not trying to
No,
start.
because-
It just seems logical to me.
No, because
Because,
it's kind of like
yeah.
Richie asked me what's going on in Israel,
not
and
because
this
I
was
asked
the last topic
him.
that I used to talk about.
It's because yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
So
And
let's
how-
talk about
how's things going with your
something
daughter?
else new and exciting. Last show I appeared over here. I think I declared the preparations for puppets on Jesus. Yeah, the new puppet theater that is about to produce, and today I actually finished it up. If you remember, I had this Jesus summer camp with my daughter, and as the final project of this Jesus summer camp, we decided we'll do the Jesus on no puppets on Jesus after, which is kind of like the continuation of puppets on vaccines and puppets on chemtrails, and yeah, so it's like the sixth episode already, and I just finished it up, and it went down. I don't know, like to be modest, just perfect, just perfect, like creative and stuff, and I
Somehow,
I
I
liked it.
suspect that your definition of modest and our definition of modest might be a little different, but
Yeah,
that's just me.
perhaps, but I,
It's just
I don't
the
like. I don't treat it like as perfect as for like the performance side of it, okay, or how it went by, or like
no, dude. It's
visuals
perfect
or
because
whatever.
it's
I
something that
appreciate
you've
it, brother.
created
Thank you for the work.
with your daughter. You created with your daughter, man,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
and she's enjoyed it. She's got a lot like she's enjoyed what she's been doing, hasn't she? She's enjoyed working with you.
Yeah, yeah, and this was one of the reasons that I like doing that. It was actually like an idea that we thought about together. But on top of that, I think the
See you later,
reason
hippie. Thank you.
that I really like to work on it is because it deals with the topic of Jesus. Okay, I know, but probably in your country is kind of like fed and tired to hear about Jesus, but over here in Israel, it's such a remote and underground and expelled topic, which is the main indoctrination of the Jewish religion, which I actually woke up in the last 2 or 3 years or so. And this is the important thing, which is actually the this is how we started off this episode, where the baby unicorn, Keren Shemesh, Sunray, in translation, she's coming to her father and says that when she was in school in Bible class, the teacher told her that the New Testament is not part of the scriptures, and it's not it's like forbidden to read that, and that gave me, and when she came back and told me this thing, that I don't know, led me directly to start creating this episode, and yeah, and this is what happens in the episode actually, like the daughter comes back and telling that the father unicorn, and together they are going to first off to the school, and then off to the Ministry of Education, and then to the parasites, which are like in sitting in Jerusalem. It's like I made like the final scene over there in the Wailing Wall, and yeah, it's the thing is that it gonna when I'm gonna publish it, it's gonna annoy so many people, and
You like that though.
I'm
You
just
love
waiting
that.
for it. I'm
You
just
love that.
waiting
Yeah.
that people will piss off completely.
You love it. You're
Yeah, yeah,
actually
yeah.
you're
It
sat
gives me a thrill.
quietly. You're going to relish it, and if it doesn't
Yeah.
piss them off, it's going to piss you off.
Yeah, I actually mentioned, if you remember, like a year ago, we had this convention, Flat Earth convention, that I was expelled from because I wanted to talk about Yeshua over there, and I actually got my little revenge and put it in the script. That the rabbis over there, they kind of like cahoots with the flat earthers conspiracies. So they they have their outgoings in all kinds of like fields, and they also got like an outgoing a spy over there within the conspiracies of the flat earth or whatever, and they expelled the people from this convention, and that's where it was held in the settlement Oshain. Anyway, so I got my retaliation, and I got my good stuff to create like havoc. And the thing is that when you kind of like argue with people about flat Earth, whatever, about COVID, yeah, whatever, they the people from the other side, the sheeple or whatever, they're always like presenting science as their claim, okay. The way that they can dismiss everything you say. They just like, oh, the science is telling us that and that and that. But once you are playing with them on a different field, which is like the spiritual field, with God and Jesus and all of that, the rules are totally like not existed. Okay, it's like you can't argue with someone else about fate, and you can't, and you know that everyone who's like, especially in this topic of Jesus, which is like a hot potato over here in Israel, everyone.
I have an opinion on faith.
Yeah, sure. So go ahead. I won't deny it. Okay, I
No,
promise.
it's very simple and doesn't involve people having I don't see how. Anyway, so there are two types of faith. You have faith with a little f and faith with a big F. When you're talking about faith with a little f, you're talking about you have faith in gravity, you have faith in the sunlight, in the darkness, in the moon, in the stars, and the leaves on the trees and stuff like that. But when you're talking faith with a big F, somebody who has never encountered actual faith will not necessarily recognize it the first time they see it.
Yeah,
Does that
I
make
agree.
sense?
Yeah, I agree with you that. First off, regarding fate, the main I don't know, conclusion, or the main principle that I'm trying to put on in conversation is to separate between the believing in God and religion, which are like totally two opposite things. And once you get into an agreement with the person in front of you that these are two different things, this is when you can try to expose what I call the religious lie. Okay, the religious lie in total. Doesn't matter which kind of like religion. And the religion lie, it's like in all religions, it comes out in two main points. First off, they're trying to objectify God in all kinds of like structures and items and things which aren't like, I don't think God wants to be represented by. And second of all, they always tell you that in order to communicate with God, you need to go through their channels, which is, of course, not true as well. And also, like when you're talking about Judaism, the third big lie in the religious lie is about denying Jesus, okay, denying Yeshua, and denying that first off, they're calling him Yeshu over here, okay, which is kind of like trying to curse him in some way. It's like an initials of some kind of like an old curse, the ones they give Hitler usually, and then you kind of like starting to hear their arguments, and the arguments are so hollow. It's so like they're saying, no, it's a lie. It didn't exist. It didn't do that. It didn't do anything. And he's like, and the people who are like convincing you about him, they're all trying to, deceive you. And those claims are really weak, especially when they are like overruling the first, talking about the truthers, the first rule of truthers, which is do your own research, okay? Do your own research. So, and those guys who are saying those demeaning things about Yeshu, they never opened the New Testament. They never read it, okay? They never like when I asked them about the story, about what's going on over there, what is the lie that you're telling me about, they don't have anything to answer me, okay? Because they haven't read it.
I take it that you've never been to a Southern Baptist ministry.
No.
Ain't nobody ever tried to hand you a snake in church?
No. I never been to church. Like in I don't know. I've been to churches, but during like tourists,
Okay, so is going to a I don't know what to refer to it from your perspective, a secular church, is there something preventing you from doing such? Because man, you would not believe how hard a party a Southern Baptist church is.
No, I do believe it. I also like I treat, I divide the people in the world into two groups: the ones who believe in God and the ones who believe man. Okay, now the ones who believe other men, there are like, of course, believing scientists and doctors and all of that, but also like I think what people are declaring themselves as religious, they are actually also believing not in God but in man. They're believing their priests, their in Judaism it's the rabbis, in Muslims it's their imam or whatever. They're believing whatever they are telling them, not what God is telling them. Um, and in Israel, in Judaism, you have it's kind of like dividing with the written Bible, okay, the Old Testament that we all know, and the oral Bible, which is
Welcome
the
back,
oral.
Richie.
Sorry.
Richie left.
Oh
He's
yeah,
back.
no, there you go. Which is back.
Fucking hell. It wouldn't let me back. It took me into the stream that I did this morning. And like, oh, mate. Anyway. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, I
carry
like
on.
what Dalit has said over here, that nature is my church. Yeah, I'm totally in with that.
This is my church.
Yeah.
This is where
God
I
is
heal
really
my
true.
hurt.
Anyway, I was talking about Judaism in particular. We have like the written Bible and the oral Bible. Now, the oral Bible is things that people are like claiming that God told to Moses in Mount Sinai, which is like by Israeli tradition is about like on 1300 BC, and then he passed it on to the next one, to the next one, to all the kings and all the tribes. There was a specific tribe, the Levite tribe, which kind of like held the secrets of the oral Bible, and then they passed that from generation to generation through all kinds of like kingdoms which were like exiled and came back and split it up and whatever. And then on the second century AD, a guy called Rabbi Yehuda Nasi, he wrote down this oral Bible and made us the books that probably some of you are familiar as the Talmud and the Mishnah and the Gemara. And those books are kind of like contains the secrets of the oral Bible. Now, I have a huge problem with it. Okay, now first off, how is that makes any sense that the same thing that God told to Moses kept down completely the same for 1500 years, okay, in a nation that had exiles and splitting up and whatever, without changing anything. All right, doesn't make sense, right? Like they're saying
Let
that
me run this one by you. Okay, you're
Sorry?
talking about having a trouble with oral traditions remaining true
Yeah,
to the
yeah,
original
yeah,
word.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
Because
right,
in
hold
the
on.
Yeah.
I've got an addendum. You can go to virtually any southern, like Chinese village in the middle of nowhere, and hear exactly the same stories of mythology and history and stuff all over China because they have something of a unified history. To an extent, you can do the same thing in Canada, America, Argentina.
With the American Indians, right? I've watched some stuff, and the thing is, it was like people dare not get the story wrong. They absolutely dare not get the story wrong. That's why the oral history was so good, because everybody knew it. You gathered around the fire and everybody heard the story. Everybody knew it. So if somebody told it and they got it wrong or they changed something, somebody somewhere would pipe up and say no, and everybody would say yeah, no, that's wrong. It's not. I think oral history is better than written.
First of all,
reason oral history carries so well is most oral history involves lessons, cautionary tales, reasoning for why you do things that seem inexplicable, like throwing salt over your shoulder or whatever, that type of stuff. It's the reasonings behind the culture that you're
The character names might change, but it's the principles and the morals taught within the stories.
I'll tell you what, I don't have, also, I agree with you, okay? But once they, as I told you, they wrote down this oral tradition, okay, and made it
That
the
was the
truth.
Talmud,
First of all,
wasn't it?
it's not oral
The
anymore, okay? It's
is it the
written down.
Talmud? The
Yes, the
Talmud.
Talmud and the
Right.
Gemara and the Mishnah. And
So dude, when I was in the 1980s, when I was at preparatory private school, and we had religious education, and it was really in depth, and like it was way better than when I went to a normal school. But anyway, I remember learning about it. We were taught about the Talmud, and I was taught in the early 1980s. I was taught that the Talmud was like a dirty secret. It wasn't something that was used. They didn't teach from the Talmud. It was a oral, basically mistranslation, and widely accepted that it wasn't an act. You know, it was basically this. It was a different opinion on the Torah, or something. But it wasn't.
It's the interpretation, okay? It's the interpretation of the Torah, but on top of that, you have like lots of the way that they use this this written oral Bible, okay? In total, it's like first off, the religious people are taking higher consideration of this written oral Bible than the Bible itself. Sounds weird, but this is how it is, okay? They're calling everything that comes from their oral Bible the Rabbanan, meaning from the rabbis, and what is written down in the Old Testament, the Oraita, meaning the things which are like written down. Now there are like lots of like religious, or maybe all of them will tell you, the ones who are the things that our rabbis say it's more important than what like overruling what is like written down in the scriptures, okay? And it's like, so who do you believe? You believe God, or you do believe your rabbis, okay? And the rabbis were like authorized by God, okay? They were like they're
supposed to be learned.
The rabbis have their phone over to God, and they can call him anytime, and check up what is like right.
Dude,
or wrong.
It's like any other religion. It's no different to any other fucking religion. It's no different to the Catholicism. It's no different. It's basically.
They have the authority, okay, to. The ones who are like standing in the top of the pyramid, they have the authority to decide whatever God wants, and this is like a huge indoctrination.
Dude, I don't. This is the whole point, right? They don't decide. Like, I think their understanding of who God is probably closer to anyone else's.
Yeah,
because I think
this is what the people believe. Okay,
like in the I don't know. It's really it's all fucking twisted, man. But some of the stuff, the truth, is actually over in that side, which is all dark and scary and full of demons and monsters, right? Yeah. But some of the truth is there.
I don't know, but
people are being kept away from
someone is starting like a sentence with, Rabbi blah 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 used to say blah 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 blah, and then this is what is like about to say is like supposed to be like verified and the truth, okay? Because one kind of like rabbi told so. It's ridiculous, okay? The thing is that with the oral Bible, lots of like the interpretations that they take are getting down on the physical level to very harsh laws, okay? Into very harsh laws. Like for instance, the biggest example that I encounter with is about eating dairy and meat. It's like forbidden in Judaism, okay? It's not kosher to eat both like dairy products and meat in the same
all it is don't cook the goat in its mother's milk or something, isn't it? It's about not cooking.
This is what is written down in the scriptures, okay? This is what's written down in the scriptures, and the rabbis, they interpreted it as don't eat dairy and meat. Now,
I mean,
the-
listen, dude, I got to stop. I got to stop people right there. And so, hang on, boiling the meat in its mother's milk. What sort of a fucking sick thing's that to do anyway? Boiling a
I
baby. Go on.
kind of compare that to having chicken and eggs for breakfast.
Mhm.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
two
chicken
generations of an animal in the same meal bothers me some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, but the thing is that the actually I got like a better interpretation from a good friend of mine that he told me that in those times whenever they had like big wars between like two nations or so, they used to do like all kinds of like pagan voodoo stuff that will help them win those wars. So one of the rituals that the other nations did is actually, cook the goat with his mother's milk and things like that. And it's actually not really milk; it's like the fat, okay, the fat of the mother. And so it was like a really pagan, horrible ritual. And so what actually God told them in the scriptures, don't be like those pagans over there. Don't do what they do. Okay, just don't do that. Okay, worship me other way, but don't do this horrible ritual. And from that saying of God, okay, don't do this ritual, to the point that you have like restaurants don't get like a kosher certification, and you have like two sinks. I have in my house. I have two sinks. Okay, that is supposed to be like one for dairy and one for milk. And
What? Hang on. Say that again. One for dairy and one for milk.
yeah, you have two
Wow, have you
sinks.
got
Like
two different types of milk? Do you mean one for dairy and one for meat?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah, but two sinks, and usually you have for religious people you have like two sets of dishes. Okay, sets of dishes, and if you're like a religious person and you actually did eat like meat with dairy, you're a horrible person. Just horrible.
Yes, I am.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
So if you ate a
yeah,
cheeseburger, you're a horrible person.
yes,
Okay. And
you are.
so and for instance, there are like tons of other examples that I
You're
see
making me
those.
hungry now.
Yeah, right. Me too. I'm actually like started cooking something before. Oh, it's better not. Just a second. I'll be back.
I
So
want to go
what?
check on that. You left the cake in the oven.
Yeah, those were
What?
the eggs that we talked about.
What I
Yeah.
love about Nia, for the benefit of the viewers on Sasquatch's channel, Nia, people might assume that because Nia is in Israel that he's Jewish, and that he eats a kosher, eats a kosher diet and studies the Torah, and but he's not. he, he's not Jewish. Definitely not a practicing. Not
I
even.
might have guessed.
It's just
And
and you enjoy
totally
cheeseburgers.
secular, and actually like in the episode of the Puppet Theater, I kind of like crashed down hard with the religious administration. This was fun as well.
Well, the best
Um,
thing, dude, is that you sat there doing Jesus that freaking summer break thing, Jesus shows with your daughter. So I mean, that's just the best. That's Jews
That's
love
beautiful,
that,
man.
man. All of like, Jewish people must absolutely love that.
mhm.
Like you said,
Just a second, I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
check out
piss.
my food over
All
here
right,
for a
mate.
second, okay?
Go on. But
Just
like
a
he
second.
said, the video that he's got planned is going to really piss some people off because it is, it's talking about our Lord and Savior. There's Morgan over there on your channel.
Yeah, no,
Why am I not seeing you on my channel, Morgan?
you're not nearly as interesting as Sasquatch.
I think he only found your channel from my channel.
I think you're right.
Anyone else going to join us?
I have no
The comment
idea
is
how to
pinned.
share my Discord. I don't know how.
Yeah, I've written off Discord. I've written them off.
I mean, I would like to share my Discord. I just don't know how. Oh, what am I doing? Let's try this. No.
Bam, 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 bam.
Pilot
Yeah, I'm
asks,
back.
what is the truth? Answer is, God, who are you? His son. So I king. You're going to have to run that past me again, because that doesn't... So I king. Well, I'm Gary. On the settings drop down, Sass. Sassy Sasquatch. Oh man, come back, you got my weed. That's a pretty good. That's the thing. He gets the aliens steal his weed off him.
Which aliens?
With the aliens that come back to the the grey men.
By the way,
to
did the Pentagon announce
grass
this week that
samples.
they? I kind of like heard that the Pentagon announced this week about that there are aliens in United
Not
States.
exactly.
Listen.
Not exactly.
They've done it. There are
about it?
whistleblowers. There's whistleblowers, man. They've got
Whistleblowers.
aliens. They've got them stacked up in morgues and everything. And there's probably live ones, and they've got ships and everything. And they've done all they've reversed engineered the ships, and they've got really advanced technology that they're not telling anybody about, man. You've got to believe them, because they're whistleblowers and they're unredacted.
I want to talk about the aliens for a second, okay, Rich? I'll tell you.
I can run this by real quick. It's not difficult. What the Pentagon did was admit that they're not going to speak on whether or not there's aliens, but there are certainly unidentified aerial phenomena, and there's certainly people who are positive that it's aliens. That's all the Pentagon really said. If you go and look at the actual release, they never say, yep, there's aliens. What they say is, we have phenomena we can't identify. We don't know what it is, or we're not willing to admit it's us. And some people believe it's aliens.
All right.
The truth is, we have technology that you can't identify. That's the truth.
That's what they said.
It's my farts. Anyway, I'll tell you, like, from the bottom of my heart, this is a really harsh topic for me, because before I was waking up to flat Earth and truth and stuff like that, I was highly addicted.
Careful, because we're on Sasquatch. We're on Caucasian Sasquatch channel. So I already saw somebody went flat Earth question mark.
Well, there goes those little message boxes from Google explaining what flat Earth's about. And we mentioned religion earlier, which is going to have a little blue box under it from Google explaining what religion's all about.
And I'll say contrails, chemtrails, and now we'll have a box about chemtrails and contrails.
I'm trying to collect them all in one stream.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon.
Sure. So anyway, about the aliens, I was highly addicted to one of the powerful drugs, which are like on the mainstream media, which is the Ancient Aliens series on the History Channel. I used to be addicted for that for years and years, and I think it's on for like now it's like 14th season or something.
When I was at school, when I left school and I was in college, and they did an Ancient Aliens thing had come on, it'd be like, wow, man, yeah, this looks like this actually makes more sense than anything that they've told us, because it did. The Ancient Aliens thing back then, when I believed in the space narrative, it made way more sense than anything the historians were saying.
They're highly convincing, and also like the book of the Chariot of the Gods of Philip Dunnigan. And I think I was like highly addicted to this to this talking about ancient aliens, and I swallow up everything that this Sukarutsuks guy, I don't know, the guy with the hair and the crazy
Oh,
love
the
that
crazy,
name.
the
I
yeah, the
love that
crazy
name.
Greek.
He's like,
I'm not. I mean, listen.
yeah,
I'm
try
not
to
saying that it's
imitate him, like,
aliens. I'm not saying that it's
alien.
aliens, but
But I
his
don't know.
hair, man. And
Like on the first seasons, I
Childress,
was like really.
David Hatchett Childress is on that as well. He pisses me off. David Hatchett Childress.
Oh yeah, I know it is. Yeah, I know it is. And this
Graham
guy,
Hancock.
Tukarutu's guy, he was kind of like on the first season. I kind of like admired him. Hey, this guy looks crazy, but he's maybe onto something or whatever. And I tried to, to put aside the actual fact that this thing is being brought by the History Channel, okay, which is like the most indoctrinative channel that they have regarding the history, okay, that we have over here, and I try to ignore that. Okay, I knew that some stuff in the History Channel have their own agenda and things like that, but on the alien stuff, I told them, no, these guys, they look underground. They look, they know something, whatever. And then one day I discovered this thing, okay, and everything blew up in my face. I told myself, my God, I spent so much time on this crap to see this series, okay? And I actually watched it in reruns and reruns and reruns. I remember every episode that they had, okay? Also, like I found out their episodes are like designed as brainwash, okay? Everything is this methodic, narrative
But
of
it's
the History
exciting,
Channel.
man. I found it really exciting to find out that they're lying to us about everything. Wow, that means there's shitloads of stuff to be discovered. Even if it's not being discovered for the first time, it's the first time for us to discover it and come across this information.
One of the critical points, okay, with every someone who gets awakened or finding the truth of everything, the main struggles are to let go, okay, and trash out all the information you gathered for like tons of years about the place that we live here, and all the other indoctrination, the history, all the other indoctrination that we were taught, okay, to just trash it. Okay, it's kind of like a hard struggle for you because you're telling yourself, no, I invested so much out of me in this knowledge.
Wasn't hard struggle. It wasn't though. It's not. It's for some, and that's why for some people it's impossible. That's why cognitive dissonance. It's impossible for some people. For me, it wasn't, because everything, like, in a way, I was kind of sat there when I first went down the rabbit hole. Was like, whoa, hang on a second. And part of me was sat there going, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah.
I knew that they weren't telling the truth. I knew that this was bullshit. Like, so even though it was all new and waking up, it wasn't. I think we all knew. That's why we woke up, because deep inside, something's going, this ain't right, 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 this is bullshit. This ding 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 ding. Red flag, red flag. This is bullshit.
Yeah, pretty much. And I think it's a big struggle. And once you have this moment that you let go, okay, and telling yourself, yeah, I'm gonna trash everything that I learned, and I'm gonna start learn new things, and things which are like not in the mainstream, and yeah, I think it's since then it's been great traveling. But the upsetting thing that I sing on this, I'm still actually watching. Okay,
That
this
was a
ancient
little bit
aliens.
erotic then, Sass, mate. That was a little bit erotic.
I meant for it to be.
Hard.
I was giving sexual thoughts. Did you see what I did?
He was pinching the nipple.
Oh,
He was pinching the
Sexy,
nipple
yeah.
of the spinning.
Actually, had this week we had the Israeli Valentine. So yeah,
What's Valentine? What?
yeah,
Is that where you cut the
be
heart
ready.
of your enemy out and send it to their wife?
Yeah, no,
And
like people doing all kinds of
is
crazy
your
things,
what? Have you got
trying
a
to ignore
different
it.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, not for us. It's Tu B'Av, which is the 15th of the month of Av, which is like a week
Wh-
after. Let's talk about this for a second. A week after Tisha B'Av, we had last week Tisha B'Av. It's the memorial day of the destruction of the first and second temple, so they say. Okay, now the funny thing is about the date of the Tisha B'Av, that it's actually the same as 9/11. All right, because like we are talking about the ninth day on the 11th month in the Hebrew calendar. Okay,
Right.
that if you read it like
So there's
backwards,
still the
as they do in
9/11 then.
America, so it's like 9/11. And so coincidentally, so the Twin Towers fell down on the same day that the first and second temple were destroyed. Isn't that a coincidence? And the and I told it I won't talk about it, about this whole thing that we had over here in Israel, all those you know civil war, the way that the media described it. Okay, and they were saying it was like approaching to Tisha B'Av, and they said, "Don't let the destruction of the third temple, because some people relates to Israel as the third temple." Okay, so don't let the destruction of the third temple happening, and try to connect it to what happened here
No,
like 2,000 years ago, but.
I
Uh, and
dude,
this is
I
actually
heard.
one of the other indoctrination, which is really really important. Once like in Tisha B'Av, they're saying that the destruction of the second temple, at least, was caused by a brotherly feud. Okay, a feud between brothers. Now,
Do you know what?
uh,
It was probably destroyed by a Phoenix event. I reckon that's what probably destroyed the Solomon's Temple was a
No, you're
fucking
both wrong.
Phoenix
There
event.
was a chick involved. Chicks ruin everything.
Oh mate, there was definitely a chick involved. Yeah,
yeah,
but it was actually.
but
But
no,
what happened was she called
I'll
on
tell
the
you what was
Phoenix.
involved. Okay, I'll tell you what was involved, and this is the actual thing because
Shenanigans was involved. That's what's fucking involved with this
yeah,
one.
the thing that it's been destroyed not because of the brother feud, okay, that they're claiming in the official narrative of it, okay. This brotherly feud was because of like this is the way that it happened, but the cause for it, for the destruction of the second temple, was 40 years before this destruction, and this is when was Jesus was crucified by the Jewish people. So I think that the destruction of the second temple is actually the God's punishment for them. Taking him to the Romans and been insisting on it and everything. So this could, but what I'm saying right now won't go into the official narrative. So so
Um,
I will have to
I,
stay with this
I'm
consciousness. Yeah.
more. I gotta say again, I'm absolutely more on board with the Phoenix event thing, and
No, Phoenix Event. Yeah.
I think that,
Yeah.
it was a Phoenix event. I still think that the way that they've
Will
tied
you define a Phoenix event for those of us who aren't completely abreast of you and your awakening?
It's the mud floods and stuff, right?
well, it's this idea that that reality, the way this realm works, is cataclysmic, not uniformitarian. Because the current theory of reality of how the world works and how time goes and everything, how we've got here, evolution, everything, is uniformitarianism. I think that's the word, right? And but what's the way it's what they've written out, what they've rubbed out of history, is the cyclical events. It's every 138 years, or some thereof. So it might not be 138. It might be 170. It might be 272. Like so, in 1902, which is on this 138-year cycle, if you go back to the beginning of recorded history, right? In 1902, there was one expected, and something happened, but it wasn't very big, and they kind of rubbed it out of history. But there are still references to events back then, and there's also really really strange. It's like all the 80% of the Forbes top 100 companies were all formed in 1902. Something like 80% of them. They all just appeared in 1902. Powerful as well. They were suddenly corporations. They were suddenly, leaders in their field. And other things. Like when you go back and you look at when they've got the annuals and stuff. So the annuals of whatever annual it is, and there's more than one example of where the annuals go, 1898, or from 1890, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. Then the annual for 1900, 1901, and then it jumps to 1904. And none of them have recorded. None of the annuals have recorded what was going on in 1902 and 1903. It's been written out of history. So it's this. There's this Phoenix event where the sky turns red. There's devastation in concentrated spots. It's not all over the entire Earth. It's like the one that's predicted for 2040 will happen in China.
The thing is that after that, what I saw with the whole theory of the mud floods that you see in those Phoenix events, I think that you are attending to, you see those ground is kind of like melting, some kind of like a really hard fire or electricity bolt or something like that hit the ground, and it kind of like melts and looks like.
I think it's probably plasma. It's probably plasma that does that. Some sort of plasma discharge. And then J Dreamers thinks that there's the plasma apocalypse, which fits with the Phoenix, the Phoenix idea. It's this idea though that there's there was technology.
Bro, are you scraping bones over there? What are you? What is?
He's grinding. He's grinding. He's grinding some weed.
I didn't know what it was. My mind was making things up as it went along.
So it's my magical farts. They sound like that.
I've lost my train of thought. Samael.
I accept all the responsibility for that. I have a tendency of distracting people in inopportune moments, and I really can't help it.
You worry about that, man. Flow.
Hey, Sam, welcome in.
Samael the infamous.
Samuel the infamous. I want him and Omegon to run.
It's not Samuel, it's Samael.
I didn't say Samuel, I said Samuel.
Samuel. Samuel, yeah.
Right.
Samael.
As in the old one,
Sammy.
the ancient, the outside, the world eater. Samuel the infamous. But I want him and Omegon to run as two dark ones for presidency. # No Lives Matter 2024.
No lives matter.
I mean, they're just going to eat the earth anyway, so.
# boycott. # boycott Costa Coffee. Here he is, the troublemaker himself.
Oh.
What's up, bud?
What up? Hey. Go on.
Didn't I hear nothing then? Are you there?
Me?
What is it?
No
Check
audio?
1, 2. There you go. There you go. There you
No,
go.
I hear you. We hear you.
Check 1,
Can you
2.
hear
5
us?
by 5.
Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Hey, where did that come from? Where did that 5 by
5
5
by 5.
come from?
All right. So back in the early days of radio, they had to have some level of broadcasting strength to refer to, and the original dials had 5 numbers, not 10. And when you would receive in a signal, you would look down, there'd be five lights. They would range from yellow, red, green. And as long as you were in the green, you were good. If it got down into the yellow, you probably wasn't getting a lot of signal through. If it got down to the red, nobody could hear you. The 5 lights, the 5 points on the dial, and the 5 levels of reception were 5 by 5.
Ladies and
You are
gentlemen.
broadcasting on 5. We are receiving on 5.
Ladies and
you
gentlemen,
just
I'd like
made
to
that
introduce you to the human encyclopedia himself, that is Caucasian Sasquatch.
There's another good one, balls to the wall. Anybody have any idea where that one come from?
Well,
Well,
John.
That's something to do with, like, I don't know. See, balls to the wall, right? That never made sense to me about being in the shower and, balls to the wall, boys, balls to the walls. Like you were trying to get your ass away from. Because if you're putting your balls to the wall and you're putting your ass out in the fuck it, it's like, nah, what? Why
It
would
has nothing
what?
to
You
do
want me
with
to
that.
stick my fucking, no, fuck off. It's not balls to the wall. It's just fuck
Nothing
off,
to do
right?
with that. All right. So in the early days of fighter aircraft, there were typically either 1 or 2 throttles that were set up on a lever system. If you pushed the lever hard enough, it would break the linkage, and so they put these big knobs on the end of it so that you couldn't overextend it. But the farthest you could go was to push the 2
Ball
balls
to the
against
wall.
the forward firewall. Balls to the
Right.
walls, boys. Load it in and let's go.
Okay. So in England, it was something that was said jokingly about being in the shower with other men.
That's because it's logical in some way, some
In a
frame of
gay
thought.
way. In a fucking gay way.
Okay, in some way. I didn't
Stick your
say-
ball to the wall so your ass is nice and penetrable.
Around here, we just drop the soap and let it take its time. Let nature take its course.
How's it going, Paul from Newcastle? And also, who else was that I just saw? I just saw somebody I haven't seen for. Where's it gone?
Let's get back to talking about the aliens. What's
Aliens?
We're talking
yeah,
about
we talked
balls,
aliens
man.
before.
We were
And,
obviously talking about balls. You're the only one talking about. Do aliens have balls?
No.
We could have that
Well,
conversation.
I'm sure they enjoy a game of tennis.
Or do they put them
and a
to
bit
the
of
wall?
soccer? I'm sure they play soccer. They've got balls coming out of their ears,
They mostly just do butt stuff, is my understanding.
Apparently.
rimming.
the thing
Oh,
that I'm like
God.
that I know kind of like disturbed about. I told you about my history with the ancient aliens and stuff, and as I kind of like proceeded with the seasons, I kind of like noticed that they're trying to create some kind of like a plot that they are like have their whistleblowers over there within the Pentagon, and now the Pentagon is maybe like confessing that they're like aliens and stuff, and you can see how like the official narrative and the news, okay, and the news are like adopting this this idea of aliens, and it's going to be served as a tool for them, okay, once this predictive programming will start realizing in reality. And we try to speculate, how it's going to happen, okay, how it's
Yes.
how they're going to show us that they're like aliens now, and we should like have strict restrictions about that, or we should operate I don't know, accordingly. We haven't we had like this COVID era for like 3 years already, and we didn't imagine that there will be like acts like that against the populations, okay. So I'm just like wonder how the aliens will appear, and because of that, how are we going to suffer because of that? Do you have any speculation, Rich? Or
If they do
Yeah,
disclose aliens, right? If they do actually disclose aliens, the only place anybody is ever going to see an alien will be on the television.
Yeah, I actually imagine that it will be some kind of like light show or something like that in the sky,
Yeah,
something
there
which
there
is
might be some sort of blue
really something
beam.
really ridiculous. Okay.
And they'll what they'll do is they'll fly. It will be them flying. It will be technology that we've never seen,
Yeah.
but it will be them flying. It's technology that we've created. It's stuff that they've been working
mean, they
on.
didn't
Military
show us
industrial
anything
complex
for
has
the-
been working on. What's that?
They didn't bother
Somebody at the door.
showing us anything for the COOF. They didn't bother showing us anything for weapons in Iraq. They didn't show us anything for really anything since the moon landing is the last time. I don't know that they will show us anything besides TV. And that was just TV really mostly.
Yeah, I'm just like wondering which of the predictive programming that they showed us throughout the tons and tons of movies in the last decades, okay? Which one they're gonna pick? Is it gonna be like a big giant, flying sources in the sky, or is it gonna be laser show, or is it gonna be like coming from in the ground, or whatever? What are gonna, any guessing? Sasquatch, maybe.
When you type into Restream, your comments come out on all channels linked. But when you type into your personal chat, it only shows up in your personal chat.
Right.
Who are you telling that to?
The one that asked.
Oh, somebody asked that. Because I was just trying to figure out how this works. I didn't know if you were tapped into my
Sorry.
brain. I was about to tell you to get the fuck out.
So
Only a little bit.
the reason I asked that question was because I was going to put the link in so that it goes into your chat as well. If there's anybody in your chat.
If it does, and if you do, I will pin it.
If there's anybody in Sass's chat that wants to join, it's pinned in the YouTube already. So, but there it is again. Dude, I think
wow,
like really that the whole fucking aliens thing, because aliens don't exist in the sense that that they're portrayed, right? There are living beings.
Just to support the
and-
heliocentric model, okay? It's just to reprove the heliocentric model, okay? If they're like aliens, so it must be the scientists are probably right that there's like stars in the space.
There's too many people. There's too many people awake. There's too many people that aren't going to buy it.
You think so?
Yeah. Yeah, I do.
I think if they
Think
turn
so,
around,
yeah.
people will buy
You-
it.
you need
Remember
to turn- dude,
COVID
hang on.
time?
Near, hang on a
Because
second. Flo, can you
never
turn your
people
mic up
be
a bit, mate?
That dumb, and they are, okay? They are that dumb.
I can't hear you so good there, Flo. If you can just turn your mic up a bit, because Near's drowning you out, mate.
Throw down fallen angels. Yeah, I'm in with that.
Is this any louder?
That's better.
Perfect.
That's better.
Perfect. Arr, it's
It wasn't
perfect.
picking up my mic.
Say that again.
My mic. This platform was running my mic through the laptop and not through this.
No. Yeah.
God damn it! Where'd my?
I damn thee, but you can
That's
call
your
me
OBS
Sasquatch.
camera.
Taking a break.
How did that happen?
It's
Restream,
OBS.
man.
You don't have to
weird.
have a reason.
Like I didn't touch the camera settings. I was just in audio.
Whose accent do you love there, April? Near.
He's taking a break.
Oh, it's your accent there.
And
Sassy.
it
She
didn't.
loves your accent, so.
For whatever reason, not only did it not drop the link in my chat, I can't bring it over because when I do, it pastes it as like 2,000 different characters long.
See, that's like really weird.
It is.
Which accent though, April?
Which accent exactly is it that you like? I mean, would you say that's an accent, or maybe that's just a voice?
Yeah, right.
Or maybe it's just the. Maybe it's
You're
the
waiting for
English.
April's reply, I think.
I don't even know what my real when I do. So I'll relax when I'm relaxed and I've been chatting for a bit, and then that's my real voice. But if I'm thinking about what's my real voice, yeah, that's my real voice. But I do enjoy speaking like that sometimes. A little bit, you know. Yo, Booyaka-shan. Leafy is an alien.
I'm an alien.
I'm an alien. I'm a legal alien. I'm a
What do you think about Sting,
Englishman.
Rich? I haven't figured that out with you.
What do I think about Sting? Sting is
Yeah.
a Tavistock Institute fucking ex ex-police MI5 or something. I don't know. He's He's
I think it's
he's
the
a plant,
I think it's
mate.
the earliest version of MK Ultra. It's the
He wrote a song about stalking, and everybody loved it.
Roxanne.
Yeah, tell me that's not manipulation from beyond the
Every
pale.
breath you take.
Oh, this one. Oh,
Every move you make.
it was the second.
Watching you.
It was picked, I think,
Big
like
Brother.
during the 80s. It was like picked as the second favorite song in Israel of the 80s. I remember.
And look how much everybody loved it. They're all everybody's like,
Yeah, about
oh my
stalking
god, you'll be watching me, man. You'll be watching me. It's so romantic. It's so romantic.
Oh, by the way, you have this song of I don't know the singer. It's like a Jamaican guy. Ah la 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 long, ah la 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 long, 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 long.
Oh yeah.
You,
La 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 la
You
long.
heard the song? It's about
Long,
rape.
long,
It's
long,
about
long.
raping women. Look at the lyrics of it. Push it, push it. It's about
Yeah, I can't
raping
remember the
women.
words. I can't
It's
remember.
Jamaican
I
dude.
can't remember the words, man. Shaggy was one of the best. Shaggy was a legend.
Yeah, Shaggy was cool. What did he have?
Like, it wasn't me.
Oh, Carolina.
No, that wasn't. Was that Shaggy? It wasn't me.
Oh, Carolina.
Oh yeah, it was Carolina. You're very quiet there, Floor State.
It's a cultural
just-
shell shock. He'll get over it.
Just taking it all in.
Yeah.
The heathen
I
batty.
did suggest a
Ponderwall.
topic. Okay, maybe a topic or something. Yeah. Interesting.
How about worms? We could talk about worms. Did you know that in northwestern
Okay.
forest there are thousands of tapeworms released by bears through their scat every year? Millions even.
Is there a danger that they might actually take over the world?
Not so much, but they will take over your gut. Don't drink from the streams.
Do you know the weird thing, right? For some reason, out of nowhere, for no particular reason whatsoever, in the last couple of days, I was thinking about tapeworm. And I was thinking
Worm?
about, like, what do you do? Like, if you, let's say you have a shit and then you feel something fucking tickling your ass and there's some tapeworm flapping around out there, you're like...
All right, so here's what you do.
And I was
No
thinking about
bullshit.
how they're designed. Like, they're in segments. You can't just pull them out because it'll break. And
Right.
there we
So
go,
what you
Dolly.
do is you take a stick and you wrap it up on the stick real slow, and every time
yeah,
it
I've heard
contracts,
that.
it pulls itself out, and you have to go
So
real slow.
You watch this.
Why
You
do I
watch
know
the
that?
same YouTube video as me.
Good. That explains why I might know that.
I saw it. I swear it was on YouTube. Here she is, the
up,
girl
Swins?
herself, Dolly J Dream.
Hey, buddy.
Why? Oh man, it takes. Why is my?
Oh, can't hear you.
Come on, I pushed the button.
Can you hear me?
Is
No, I can
everybody?
hear her. I can hear Dolly.
I can hear her.
Dolly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can. Oh,
I
What,
can't.
you
I
can?
can't even see her.
Good.
Oh, there
Why
she is.
can't you hear or see her? That is so weird. Welcome to Restream, folks. The technical issues are part of the program.
Restream's just awesome, absolutely awesome. So on my screen, Dolly's on the screen, but she's not. It's black. I can't see anything.
Right.
Can anybody else see it?
So you can't see this absolute specimen of beauty over here. You don't
I
see
can
all
see
of
it. I
the.
can see her on the left in the green room. I can see her on the left, but not on my. Right, I'm gonna go. Oh, there you are. There
Yeah.
you are. There she is.
Oh, I'm
I
here.
can hear you now.
I just got so excited when you were talking about aliens.
Aliens.
Oh, aliens.
Come on then.
Specifically, we were talking about alien balls.
Well, don't know about them, but
Maybe they
Spaceball.
danced a lot. I don't know.
Spaceballs was a brilliant movie, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Wow.
Oh, that's
I can't
Spaceballs.
breathe in this thing.
No, I was going to say, can anyone get on Instagram
Can you what?
from your computer? Can anyone get on
Can
Instagram? I'm trying to
oh,
take a picture of something, but it's on
do you-
Instagram.
right. So if I go to
So-
your Instagram,
Yeah, you know I'm really daft with tech.
um,
So, is it the Ray K, Awful Ray K by Janine, and then go down a few pictures and you'll see a blue face?
a blue face. Right, hang on.
Was it a breath constriction night at the party? I don't understand. Why Why are they blue? Did we choke them out good enough?
New promotion of
See
the
the
Avatar movie.
Picture? And I'll tell you the story.
Right, can you send me a link because
By the way,
can't.
Avatar was. Does
I
anyone
can't get
agree
into
with me that
Instagram.
Avatar was really a big bullshit? I don't know. I didn't like this. There was
You
a
know,
second
I
or
love
third one, right?
But to me, aliens don't have to be from space. Aliens are humanoid beings that may be different from us from other lands. Could be of the ice. Maybe they don't look
I
like
can
us.
agree with that. I can agree with that.
Extraterrestrial that way.
Yeah, extraterrestrial just means to me extra land,
Illegal
either
aliens are
inside,
people not in our
inside or
land,
outside
over
of this realm. But
there.
you know, that maybe outside of this realm, but more likely inside this realm, just something that we're not aware of, like a continent that we're not aware of.
Avatar, anyway, was the indigenous people. That's what the story was all that.
And I
Yeah,
think
government.
Avatar
That
was only.
movie-
I think Avatar was
It
a
was-
story about Earth. I think
It was an
about Earth.
analogy of Pocahontas, the whole story
Yeah.
of John Smith and that thing. That's what Avatar was. They just painted everybody blue and put it on the moon out in space.
No,
Native American Indians came in, took
it has this.
the land, tried to take their spiritual.
Right, they were giants.
Essence
Those beings were giants, weren't they? Those avatars were huge. Well, so there were giants on Earth as well. You know.
Did you get the
Did
picture?
was I the
Rich?
only one? Was I the only one who kind of like noticed that it's the same plot in the Avatar movie that they had it with Dances with Wolves and with the one with Tom Cruise? There was this movie with Tom Cruise. The same plot
Yeah,
exactly.
because they
Anything
just
that has
recycled. They
behind it, like a, because they were native, that was natural, and anything that was like they were like the Native American Indians of this and of all them things that we've sort of forgotten about, and the way they worked with nature and stuff. They don't want working with that. That's what they tried to rip us away from.
Yeah. But I don't know, forget the plot for a second. I remember
traditional
it was the
things.
first movie that was kind of like on 3D, okay, that you put on you went to the cinema and put these 3D glasses and everything. And I don't know, everyone kind of like really were excited from that. I put this 3D stuff and I don't know, it didn't like really impress me
I went
too much.
The 3D. It wasn't as spectacular as it made out it was, but the film, them sort of things have always resonated with me. And because the blue, so Rich, don't know if you've got Instagram, but if you go on.
I can't. That's the thing, though. I can't. I've got Instagram, but on the computer, I'm not logged in, and I can't remember what my password is, and it won't let me into Instagram. It just says log in. I can get it on my phone. I can send a link to myself actually. I'll get it on my phone and send
If
it.
anyone goes over, they'll see the picture.
Does anyone know where the legend, the original origin story of the Smurfs were derived?
Oh, Smurfs.
Do you know we were talking about that? Because my son was like, I love the Smurfs. They were blue.
I think in Israel they're saying that it was kind of like I know some kind of like story about that Gargamel, or like the one, the evil one is like the Jewish guy, and
Who stole
all the blue ones are
children? Who
like
stole the little people?
I'm talking the origins, not the
And that's it.
conspiracy theories based from it. The origin.
this is for our own victimhood, okay? That they always like tell about Jewish people, you know. We are saying about ourselves that we are victims, so we are saying
The
that
origin story
other-
has nothing to
other
do
people-
with Jews.
It's
Nothing.
the people who kind of like invented
Nothing
this.
at all.
It's Belgium or something
All right.
like that. He was from Belgium, and he was anti-Semitic, and he kind of like signified the Jewish people as the Gargamel and his cat, and all the little blue creatures are, I know, the other people, okay, the ones that the Jewish people want to
But
destroy.
blue's very high, like it's in other religions and things, like in India and places where they have. Is it Ganesh? Or, I don't know.
It's like maybe like blue is like a noble, supposed to be like someone who has blue blood is supposed to be like a noble or something like that, or like.
May I?
Sure.
So back a couple of 100 years ago, the winters in Paris and Europe were extreme. They became extreme to the point where wolves started attacking entire villages. They would lock down villages for all the winter. Anyone who left alone would disappear. The blue Smurfs are derived from a cautionary tale about children wandering out of the house during the winter, wandering off, either being eaten by wolves or frozen to death. But when they would find them in the spring, they would find them blue. And there were the cautionary tales, not directly of Smurfs,
They're
not direct.
They were blue, or were they dead? When they found
They were dead. They were dead. The
Right,
children
so
were dead, but they
my
told
thing is,
stories of the dead.
Yeah, we've watched the Smurfs. I've always thought in my head, little people, children. The guy in it who Nesh was saying, I can never say your name right, about the bad guy in it. He's always trying to
Gargamel.
kidnap them. He, in one of the cartoons, that sounds like with the children.
No.
That sort of thing.
Adrenochrome.
Always gone on centuries. They always put it in the cartoons. They always put it in the films.
But the origin story that the Smurfs derived from was the cautionary tale of German, Austrian, Bavarian, various other small town people telling their children not to go out in the snow because you might become a Smurf. But the term wasn't Smurf. I don't know what they called them, but it was the dead children from the year before that they would find, because they're still out there if you don't find them. Right? So don't follow any children off into the woods, because you might become one of those.
Yeah.
As far as I know, there was no Gargamel associated with it.
It's a similar thing.
Just drop me
It's a similar
line.
story in most stories of those sort of stories. Like Cheap Bang Bang. Anyone remember that? When the kids were around under the castle and the child catcher? And that was under a king as well. And that was in tunnels. And all children got kidnapped.
Look at this, Janine. There's so I got a link to your channel. I put it into the chat so that I could then go to it from my computer, and it's saying to me something went wrong. There's an issue, and this page could not be loaded.
How could it not?
So I've dropped the link in the chat, in the YouTube chat.
It's a blue face. I think I told you last time. It's a blue face.
If one of my mods can go on and find it, and then drop a link in the chat, then we can all have a look.
It is Soulful Reiki Janine, and then just scroll down on Instagram and you will see the picture. I should have really took a photocopy of, and then I can a picture of it.
Okie Grower Scully sent me. How's it going, Okie?
That's because Scully is an absolute false.
So this isn't one of Sasquatch's normal streams.
Oh no, this is nothing like I normally do. Normally I have a one-on-one chat with individuals, and then we go on to craziness and absurdities. Usually.
Oh, normal.
Guys, Vicky, Dolly, everyone.
Yes, mate.
I'm going to do my Shabbat, and I'm gonna take off right now. Tomorrow,
Good.
Rich, I'm going to an amazing party. I will send you send you some pictures, and yeah, have a good time.
Do you have a lady lined up? Do you have a lady lined up for this one?
I will probably find at the party.
You dog.
Well, you have a lovely day.
Okay,
Have
thanks.
a good one, man.
Bye.
Thanks for
Bye,
joining
guys.
us. Much
Shalom.
love. Shabbat shalom.
Bye. Yeah, picture anyway. If anyone gets to see it, it was because I think I was saying
Hey, Dolly.
I was on because hi.
Dolly. Your
She was
mic
talking about-
is sketchy.
Yeah, it's a bit. There's a bit of a connection issue with the audio. It's just sort of
Mine.
clip it. It's not clip. It's like cutting you little tiny. I don't know.
And
it's
you
a-
talk really fast, so when it cuts out, we miss half a sentence. I'm pretty sure I'll keep it up,
It's
but
not,
I'm not positive.
it's not that she talks fast. It's just because of her accent.
Oh, do I talk
So-
slow? They say that about folks in Georgia, but you've never been to Tennessee.
You got your voice is a little bit slower than someone from Manchester or the outskirts of
God, it's not
Manchester.
that.
Hey?
Well, I'm not really out of Mancunian, really. So
No, you're outside Mank. You're outside of Mank.
I'm not. I'm from down south.
can't-
Well, down the Midlands.
Okie, no, bad Okie, bad, naughty, don't do that. Wrong platform, bro. He's like, your mic's messed up, aim the camera.
please aim camera lower. Listen. All right, we'll have less of that.
Men.
We'll have less of that. This is a respectable channel, and it's respectable people on the channel.
My viewers have absolutely no home training. Don't be offended by them. They try to offend me, and I'm unoffendable.
Me offended.
Listen, Janine's been doing this for some time now, for at least 5 or 6 years, around the same sort of time as I have, and she's had them all on her channel in the comments, trolling, loving, love bombing, and
Hey, Flo,
hating.
this is another one of those
and
moments when I'm never
everywhere-
thankful for things I do
everywhere
not say.
in between, people making videos about her and on YouTube, and I'm sure there were good ones as well as bad ones. It's just we just
Yeah.
it's the one.
Yeah.
But so basically you're not a real YouTuber, and you're definitely not a real truther if you haven't had at least one
If you've been deleted off your own
defamatory
channel.
at least one defamatory video made about you.
Yeah, I've had a few. But it is quite funny. You've got to laugh at it because it's just ridiculous. But just going back to that, what I was saying about, if anyone does see the picture I was talking about, and you'll know straight away if you move down my Instagram, because you'll be like, oh, that's a bit of a weird picture and a bit of a weird face. Because you were all talking about sort of Jesus and God and aliens and stuff. I think I told you last time I was on, the picture came in that it's a blue face that I took a picture of, facing the sun. As I was, this is going to sound really wacky. Some people have said this last time, but I was doing a
To
Reiki.
everybody on Caucasian Sasquatch's channel, probably this is going to sound a little bit.
Yeah, might sound a bit bonkers, but I mean, what isn't bonkers these days? But I was doing a Reiki course, and that's like a healing, hands-on healing. And when I was planning to do that, I got told I had certain things when I was doing this for a month on myself. And I went outside, and when you do things like this, you open yourself to spirit and other things, energies, you could say, you want to say it that way, frequencies that can be demonic or whatever, because you're opening yourself up. It's a bit like you're shining your light, and the dark goes, ooh, who's there? Let's all go and torment that person if you're not strong enough. So I'm stood at the back door, and in my head, I don't know why, but I was asking for protecting off Archangel Michael. seem a bit weird. And he's known as a blue energy colour, and that's what you'll always see. Archangel Michael see a picture of it's normally like colour. Whether you believe in that or not, it doesn't really matter. But I'm stood on the back doorstep, and in my head, I'm like asking for this protection, blah blah blah. With a few things that was happening at the time, and it was a sunny day, and I just decided to take a picture of the sun. And when I went back in and I looked at the photo, I saw a face morphing in.
I think you might get more across if you
face.
tried using interpretive dance.
Dance.
Your microphone's cutting out bad.
Oh,
It is.
right. Yeah.
It's
So-
And I
it is
can't hear you at
choppy.
all, Flo.
I don't know.
You're
If
Would it matter if I
it's
don't have
the,
teasing?
maybe it might be the cable.
Do you hear me now?
But I'm still down for trying the interpretive
Why?
dance.
You?
Will.
It's not the cable. It's not the cable. It's the right. Plug them back in. It's
There
the
you go.
connection.
There you go.
It's the connection.
Move it, baby. Shake it. Shake it.
I
Move it.
can't do that. I can't do that move. Rox can do that. Roxanne can do that move. She's actually a demon. Rox is a demon at that move. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't get my hips to sway like that in time. With my,
You hear me now?
yeah. Here you know.
Why have you got
Can you
dead
hear
low
me?
now?
I don't know. You'd have to talk for a little while for us to find out.
I don't
All
think.
right. So I took a picture, and when the picture came back, there was just this big blue face, like a being smiling. And people have said, "Oh God, it was really freaky." Some people said it was evil. I was like, "It's not evil. It's we're not taught about these things." And then when I talked it to people who do hands-on healing, UK people, they were all like, "No, it's Archangel Michael," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's who I was talking to." You know, in med, asking for this protection. So I do believe there are things around us in different dimensions. Understand everything. Science doesn't know everything at all, as we know. It just sort of makes them look a bit clever when they're saying they're a scientist or this, that, and the other. But we don't know. You know, we begin to sort of understand how our realm works. But I don't believe you can say there isn't a people or being from different lands or X-ray or wherever you want to say they're from. Because there's no way we're the only ones. No way. And I think the more you're open to it, the more you do things. Because I went through a process that Rich knows about when, do you remember when I was seeing the orbs and different things were coming? People who do this all talk about the same thing well, and people who are healers and that talk about the same thing. So, you know, it's not just something that people are making up.
Could be group psychosis.
And you're not in fear. And the energy I got off it was very, very good energy. It wasn't anything, you know, malevolent or anything like that.
Oh no, we lost everyone except us. Now what do we do? I shall start by telling Chuck Norris jokes. Did you know that Chuck Norris tells time when it is?
Keep going. I'll just do my dance.
Okay. Chuck Norris doesn't do push-ups. He pushes the world down.
That's awesome.
Chuck Norris tears cure cancer, but the bastard never cries.
So, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Right. So, I don't know if it's Instagram or whoever it is, whatever it is, doesn't want me to share. I can't go on Instagram.
Why would that be,
I
Rich?
can't-
Why would that
I
be?
can't look at anything on Instagram. So yeah, there you go.
The demons.
That's the picture. Because Leafy went on and left the link for it.
And it's not sharing.
Well, I won't share it. It doesn't want me to go.
So Leafy's seen it.
Leafy's seen it. Yeah.
I know what I'll
ladies and gentlemen.
do. I know what I'll after. I'll put it on my community page.
Yeah.
I need
channel.
to
I'll
ask
put pictures up.
questions.
Yeah,
I
I'll do that,
must
and then
ask
if anyone wants to
questions.
quick look, they can just look on the community bit, and I'll be there.
Yeah.
I have to ask questions.
Ask away.
Richie, how
Yes.
do I end my stream from your StreamYard?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Let me figure that out.
I think you just end it. When you leave, it ends the stream.
That's not correct.
I don't think that's how that
No,
works.
it's not. That's not how it works on on StreamYard, but I think that's how it works here. Alternatively,
Is that you saying something went wrong loading the page, or me?
That's not me.
Okay.